Welcome to Community Church, Unitarian Universalist. You may have noticed that I am not Robert Desmarais Sullivan. Don't worry, he's still up here. But my name is Alicia, and I'm your worship associate, and it is a joy to be with you here today. Community Church is a progressive, open-minded, and inclusive religious community. We welcome all who are on a spiritual search for truth and meaning. Ours is a faith in action as we do the work of social justice and elevate compassion in our quest to live ethically, recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every being. We have a change of plans this morning. We found out really very much at the last moment that Bette Billiot of the Houma Nation was not able to join us today due to some car trouble. So we will miss her greatly. I'm not sure if Bette has ever been here in our pulpit before, but I got to know her about over 10 years ago now when she was working with Gulf South Rising, trying to draw attention to the fact that we are losing a football field of land in Louisiana every 100 minutes. And this is especially relevant to the Houma people, right? Many of the Houma moved into the southern wetlands of Louisiana, having escaped the Trail of Tears and trying to carve out a life for themselves in a very difficult part of the country and in the state. And I dearly wish that we could have heard from her today. However, we do have some members of our congregation who will be stepping in to hopefully still bring you a very meaningful and contemplative service on Indigenous Peoples Day. So our opening words this morning will come from Jim.
Good morning. Good to be with you this morning. I have a totem some of you may be familiar with. It's the white buffalo. And I want to tell you a story about how that came to be my totem animal. It's a story that began with the Lakota Sioux tribe. And what brought it to my attention is some of you may remember about 15, 20 years ago, there was a white buffalo calf that was born in the Midwest. And for the Lakota Sioux, and for many other tribes, that was a very significant event. It was announcing to them that a new era had begun. And tribes came from far and wide to visit and honor that white buffalo calf. And connected with that, I then found the story. It's an ancient story from the Lakota Sioux about the white buffalo woman. And it's been some years since I've told the story, so forgive me, but I'm going to do my best to bring it to you today. So it was a difficult time for the tribes. Difficult in terms of finding food. And so they sent out scouts, and the scouts were to hunt for food for the tribe to try to keep them alive. Of course, we know that for many years there was plenty of food, the buffaloes, but then there was the slaughter by the white men. And so they were on hard times. So the scouts went out and they came to a rise overlooking a large area. And they saw Off in the distance, a person dressed in white approaching. And as it became closer, they recognized that it was a woman dressed in white. And one of the scouts, noticing that it was a lovely woman, was attracted to her and had desires for her and wanted to be with her. And the other scout says, "No, you can't do that. You don't understand. This is a sacred woman, and what you want to do with her is not appropriate." Okay, well, the scout who was lusting didn't pay any attention, and so he went after her, and when he got close, a cloud came over them, and when the cloud lifted, there was very little left of him. The other scout then approached respectfully the white buffalo woman and invited her to come into their tribe's meeting. And so she met with them, and as she met with them, she brought out a sacred pipe. And the pipe she told them about is this earthen bowl represents the earth and the feminine principle. Okay. And this stem coming from a tree represents the masculine principle. And when you put these two together and you smoke the sacred pipe, you are inviting integration of masculine and feminine energy into your life and into the tribe and into the world. And so as she sat with the elders and she told them that story, when she'd finished the story, she got up to leave. And as she walked away, she disappeared for a moment and then came up as a red buffalo, went a little bit further, disappeared, came up as a black buffalo, a little bit further, disappeared, came up, did I say red? As a red, and then finally as a white buffalo, and then disappeared in the distance. So that story was to suggest that when the white buffalo appeared again, it would be a new era, and the new era would be no more masculine dominating feminine. It would be an integration of masculine and feminine energies that we desperately need today. So that's the story of the white buffalo woman.
Thank you, Jim. It turns out I also missed a couple different announcements. Sorry, I also didn't know I was worship associate till this morning. So Michelle and Sean, whoever would like to come up first.
I'm sorry to follow that beautiful story with business, but I have a few things to say. Today's the second Sunday of the month, which means it's Community Justice Sunday, and brought to you by your Community Justice Ministry. We have a couple of things in store today. Number one, it's our custom to take up a collection for a cause that the ministry chooses. Today, when during the offertory, anything that you donate in cash will go to Second Harvest Food Bank. We've always done that in November, but we decided to do it in October this year because it's for Thanksgiving, we've donated, but we thought maybe they could use the money a little sooner to know what they have, so to get ready for the holidays. And one person did bring up a concern about Second Harvest because of some things that happened earlier in the year with the Archdiocese. I want to assure everyone, and that was, many people were disturbed by that, understandably. I want to assure everyone that all of the money, we We discussed it, we researched it. All of the money goes directly to food for hungry people. And if you have any questions about that, please see me. I'm happy to talk to you about it. The other thing we have in store today is our second Sunday film series. Right after church, we'll have a 1-hour film called Single-Use Planet. It's about single-use plastics, not only the effects of single-use plastics after they're sold, but also the production of plastic, including right up here on Cancer Alley, right in our own backyard in St. James Parish. It's actually included. This is a PBS special film. Like I said, it's only an hour. You can catch the second half of the Saints game if you'll come and join us. Right. Lunch will be provided on a donation basis. If you feel free to come and enjoy lunch, whether you can donate or not. There are vegan and gluten-free options also. And while we're on the subject of food, I just want to remind everyone also that we have a little free pantry in the back of the fellowship hall on the other side of the partition. That is for anyone who is in need of food, or if you know someone who's in need of food and you want to take something from the pantry, please do so. Just go ahead and do it. Now, putting on another hat, I want to remind everyone that on October 25th, Saturday, October 25th, as the insert in your order of service says, we'll have trunk or treat. We need people to sign up to decorate their cars for Halloween and hand out treats. We had a really good turnout last year. I'm going to pass around a list. If you want to sign up on the list, that'd be great. And also, next Saturday, we're going to pass out flyers in the neighborhood. We're not sure about what time, maybe like 10 o'clock, we're thinking. If you are able to help pass out flyers next Saturday, we're just going to do it for about an hour. We're not going to stay out in the heat long. So please see me after church today. And I think that's it. Thanks.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sean Lote. For those of you who don't know me, I head up the fundraising activities here at the church. We call it stewardship. So today is the last day of our annual stewardship drive. We, in addition to fancy lunch and a movie, we also today, the gifts keep coming, we have some nice desserts, including vegan and gluten-free desserts. We have cake, ice cream, cookies, cupcakes, fruit. It's probably something else. So please stay and enjoy that. We want to express our gratitude for everybody's effort this year with our fundraising, which has been really successful. It's truly a story of all creatures, great and small, making a contribution. We're a team, a family, so thanks to everybody who chipped in. Anybody know the movie called This is Spinal Tap? So there's a famous scene in the movie This is Spinal Tap where the faux rock band, they share, their amplifier doesn't stop at 10, it goes up to 11, okay? I'm happy to say that this year we got up to 11. So yeah, that's right. Our fundraising total, which this may be the final, additional pledges are still welcome, is going to be, and Alicia's going to write it for us on our board, $108,065. So 108065. So we beat our goal of 105,000 very comfortably. And I'll also share. Oh, wow. Thank you. That's my friend Prashanti. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's 11,000 more than we raised last year. Okay, and in the time I've been doing stewardship, that actually sets our record. So we did really well this year. So thank you very much, and stay for goodies afterwards.
Alicia accurately pointed out she is not Robert Desmarais Sullivan, since I am. So I want to announce something that's happening next Saturday. You've probably all heard of the No Kings movement. The No Kings 2 is taking place in New Orleans. It's going to be on the Lafitte, what is it called, Parkway? And we don't know how many people will come, but as some of you may have felt lately, the United States has seemed to be slipping into authoritarianism. And the whole purpose of No Kings is to demonstrate with our feet and our presence that we do not want to put up with that. So this is on the Lafitte corridor next Saturday. If you go to the website, No Kings, it'll tell you the time and more precise locations.
Thank you. And for those of you who maybe came in a little bit late and are thoroughly confused, yes, we are deviating a little bit from our order of service this morning due to the unexpected absence of our preacher, our speaker. And I also forgot in all of that to mention who is going to be giving our message today. And that's why I'm up here as the worship associate, because it is Robert who will be leading us in a guided meditation during the spot we normally have reserved for our speaker. All of that said, it is our ritual to light a chalice invoking hope and eternal truth to our worship. Please join us in singing the words of the chalice lighting, which are printed in your order of service.
Light this flame to offer the light of truth and light, the warmth of love and community, and the fire of hope and commitment.
We have worship education or religious education today, as usual. So please take a moment to sing the children out, as they've been very patient sitting through a lot of announcements this morning. So thank you, children.
Down and breeze, with the spirit of Christ around you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
If you would like to join us in our next reading, it is number 637 in the back of your gray hymnal, A Litany of Atonement. And I will read the standard print, and if you could please respond with the italicized print. So 637. For remaining silent when a single voice would have made a difference. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For each time that our fears have made us rigid and inaccessible, we forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For each time that we have struck out in anger without just cause, we forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For each time that our greed has blinded us to the needs of others, we forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For the selfishness which sets us apart and alone, we forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For falling short of the admonitions of the Spirit, we forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For losing sight of our unity, we forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For those and for so many acts, both evident and subtle, which have fueled the illusion of separateness. We forgive ourselves and each other, and we begin again in love. You may remain seated for our next hymn, which is number 1074 in your teal hymnal, Turn the World Around.
All right, so don't get confused by this. I do the wrong one. Okay, I should tell you guys that you are okay. So this, it repeats. So we go 1, 2, 3 at page 1, right? Then on page 2 to 4, we just go through this, and then it keeps going straight. And then on page 5, this part repeats 1, 2, 3. See? And then we go here and we repeat this again. Okay? So. Ready? 5, 6, 7. We come from the fire, living in the fire, go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water, go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living in the mountain, go back to the water, turn the world around. Oh, so it's time. So it's time. Oh, so it's time. So it's time.
Now is our sacred time of joys and sorrows. If you have a joy which is new and welling up within you, which you wish to share, or if you have a sorrow that you need to share with this community, you can write them on one of the cards, which is being passed out by our greeters. If you are online, you can write in the comments field to be read out loud. You may remain seated for our interlude, which is 10:07. There's a river flowing in my home, in my soul. Teal hymnal again. This is an anonymous joy. We are very happy to see so many new faces and friends today. From Jim, a joy for finally a ceasefire in Gaza. From Cynthia, I have a female pit bull that thinks my yard is her yard. Now what to do? What to do? I think we know what she's going to do. She's kind of been in that position before. And another anonymous joy. So very happy to have voted in my first major local election, having lived here 3 years this month. Thank you to that anonymous person and to everyone else who voted as well. So we will light 2 more candles, one for the joys still bubbling up, too new to share, and one for the sorrows that we cannot yet put into words. Know that we hold you in our hearts. And let us now observe a moment of silence as we contemplate these joys and sorrows. Our next reading is for all of us, and this comes as an insert in your order of service. And once again, I will read the standard print. If you could join me in the italicized print. Listen to me. Listen. I am the Indian voice. Hear me crying out of the wind. Hear me crying out of the silence. I am the Indian voice. Listen to me. I speak for our ancestors. They cry out to you from the unstill grave. I speak for the children yet unborn. They cry out to you from the unspoken silence. I am the Indian voice. Listen to me. I am a chorus of millions. Hear us. Our eagles cry will not be still. We are your own conscience calling to you. We are yourselves crying unheard within you. Let my unheard voice be heard. Let me speak in my heart and the words be heard, whispering on the wind to millions and to all who care, to all with ears to hear and hearts beating as one time. Put your ear to the earth and hear my heart beating there. Put your ear to the wind and hear me speaking there. We are the voice of the earth, of the future, of the mystery. Hear me. Hear me.
Good morning. I invite you on a journey. It's an imaginary journey, a journey right here in this room at this time. Let yourself be comfortable. Breathe slowly and deeply, so the oxygen can energize every cell that contributes to your imagination. You may or may not want to close your eyes so you can watch the scenes on the insides of your eyelids. From where you are now, imagine yourself leaving your body and rising through the ceiling of the church. You rise higher, 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 and soon you are in the clouds. They look just like the clouds that you see out the window in an airplane. Through breaks in the cloud to one side, you see the rooftops of Lakeview. And to the other, you see the canal, whose poorly constructed walls collapsed in 2005 and allowed the city of New Orleans to flood. Allow that anger to rise when you remember the waters drowning the homes around you. And accept that anger as an eternal part of life. And allow yourself to move on upward. You're above the clouds now. Mist blows over you like fog in January. You look south. You see the city as a toy village. And further south is the Gulf of Mexico, a patchwork of land and water between the city and the Gulf, forming the marshes and swamps of South Louisiana. You direct yourself toward the swamps. Suddenly below you, you see a narrow strip of land. Abandoned houses litter the road that follows the strip. They were once inhabited. The strip once had a population. You recognize the settlement. You have read about it. It's Ile de Jean Charles. It was the home of the Biloxi Chitimacha Choctaw Band for 150 years. They had to leave the island in 2016 because the encroaching Gulf of Mexico was leaving them vulnerable to constant flooding. The tribe had moved there in the 1830s to escape the Indian Removal Act and the Trail of Tears. Now they have to escape the Gulf. You decide to land on the island. The scent of sweet olive and gardenia fills the air at the surface. The trees are now growing into the houses, where the front porches are falling away from the doorways. You see a simple white house with asbestos siding and a front porch. A magnolia tree shades the porch. You imagine men and women of the tribe sitting on the porch, eating watermelon and spitting seeds into the front yard. You see children playing around the tree. You hear the gentle sound of a flute, and you go into the backyard. A young man with jet black hair sits on a cement bench, wooden homemade flute in hand, his back to the world. A twig snaps under your feet. He turns. When he sees you, he smiles. "You've come at last," he says. "I've waited so long for you to come see us." Out of the house comes a young woman, about the same age as he is. She wears her hair long and covers it with a kafia, the scarf of Palestine. She lives with me now, he says. All of her family was killed, and she decided to come here. She said she thought we would understand on the island what she was going through, since our people had suffered in the same way as hers. With that statement, you pause for a brief moment of silence for the murdered Palestinians in Gaza, for the murdered natives of the Americas, and for all the murdered and maimed everywhere, civilians or not. Imagine extending this equal humanity to everyone, every time. It's what oppressors fear the most, that we feel our humanity, that we feel at all. And in these long Palestinian days and nights whose broiling sun is Gaza, a sun that will not end after the massacre ends, as the sun for American Indians and Blacks has not ended. And it's terrifying to think that pro-Palestinian solidarity in the US depends directly on Palestinian suffering. We do not want to indulge in guilt. Guilt is a useless emotion in many ways. We just want to recognize the truth. There have been other genocides, silent and unpublicized. There are today other genocides. When will we begin to truly listen to all the voices of the earth and hear what they have been saying for centuries? Saddened by these reflections, you approach the two. Together you embrace in a circle. You look them in the eyes and you say, I will not forget. With that, you acknowledge them with the bow of your head and you ascend back into the sky. In the brilliant sunlight of your journey through the clouds, the memory of your meeting suddenly seems far away and long ago. The sadness in your chest feels heavy. As you pass over the Mississippi River, the heavy weight becomes resolve. No, you say to yourself, I will not forget because I can't forget. You come back down through the roof of the church. You arrive at your seat. You look at one another and say, good day. I hope you had a fine trip. You return to this time and place. So be it.
Community Church is a self-sustaining congregation. Members and friends' generosity help us do the sacred work of bringing justice, spirituality, and compassion to our community and beyond. You may give online using the number on the back of your order of service, by text, or in person this morning. Our offertory hymn is number 311, Let It Be a Dance, in the gray hymnal.
Let it be a the dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with silly birds. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance, let it be a dance. To follow and to be, feel the rhythm, feel the need, to bring the world's purple sea. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you, through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance, everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend, and rhythm with the wind. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance, let it be a dance. A time is born, behold, must lie. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you, through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. When it softens out at night, without the dark there is no light. Without the dark nothing's right. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance, let it be a dance. Let the sunshine light it rain, share the laughter and the pain. And wherever we go again, let it be a dance.
This benediction is from Black Elk, the author of I Will Fight No More Forever. He wrote this shortly before he died. Here at the center of the world where you took me when I was young and taught me, here, old I stand, and the tree is withered, grandfather, my grandfather. Again, perhaps for the last time on this earth, I recall the great vision you sent me. It made me that same root of the sacred tree still lives. Nourish it then, that it may leaf and bloom and fill with singing birds. Hear me, that they may once again go back to the sacred hoop and the good red road, the shielding tree. In sorrow, I'm sending a feeble voice. O six powers of the world, hear me in my sorrow, for I may never call again, or make my people live.
You may rise in body and or spirit for our closing hymn, which is 220, Bring Out the Festal Bread, and then you may remain seating afterwards as we do our chalice extinguishing together.
Bring out the festal bread and sing songs of freedom. Shout in the sense of fire and sing songs of freedom. What water families making their own discovery. Who shall be sent to challenge for freedom? Bring out the festal bread and sing songs of freedom. Shout in the sense of fire and sing songs of freedom. Into their hearts and bring their days of love finished. Their joy was such a witness to love diminished. Bring out the festal bread and sing songs of freedom. Shout at the stakes of flag and sing songs of freedom. Still those resentment bind each brother and sister. Still do the plains of darkness red as the river. Bring out the festal bread and sing songs of freedom. Shout at the stakes of flag and sing songs of freedom. Lonely your journey, you get justice is worth it. Dances for Mary of the not come to birth. Bring out the festal bread and sing songs of freedom. Shout at the stakes of flag and sing songs of freedom. The people lift their head and get through the mountain, which is a place of all the rocks and the mountain. Bring out the festal bread and sing songs of freedom. Shout at the stakes of flag and sing songs of freedom.
Please join us as we extinguish our chalice together. We extinguish the chalice here, that it might flow gently in our hearts. May it light your path as we leave this place. May it guide your way until we are together again. We hope to see you across the hall for our refreshments and community. Thank you.